So you want to become dominant in Modern Warfare 2. I'll have to give these kids the work real quick.
I'm lagging as fuck.
GG's.
One's running out, your side. Nice.
I said GG's. I said GG's! What's going on, guys? It's Ryan. Today we got you guys a video going over how to get better at Modern Warfare 2, and we're going to do just that for you guys. Aim is one of the most important ways to get better at Modern Warfare 2. Most of the time, the players you're playing are not going to have good aim, and if they do, if you're on controller, you already are going to have decent aim, so make sure your aim assist settings are correct. I'm on keyboard and mouse, so I can't really speak to all the the small settings that make the game the best, but the meta is always changing, so be sure to look out for that. Make sure you get yourself a scuff, get yourself a good controller if you're on a controller, get yourself a nice mouse and keyboard, nice mouse pad, and then we can move on to some of the actual aiming topics. Aiming is one of the most important ways to get better at Modern Warfare 2, but it's not the only way. Most of the other things incorporate back to aim, but aim is a staple in the game, and that will make you a much better player. First off, there are some aiming techniques that you should be practicing every time you play the game. That is centering and crosshair placement. You do this by keeping your crosshair even with the screen, so if you're running, your crosshair isn't in the sky or even above the window, because guess what? Nobody's gonna come from above the window. I can guarantee you that. And then crosshair placement is keeping your crosshair in the area where someone will be coming from, the door, the window, not a wall, not staring at nothing, not staring down at the ground, at the door, at the window, at the corner. Do some things like this and you're gonna get a lot better. You're gonna have people walking in your aim and you're not even gonna have to think about aiming. You're just gonna have to shoot and kill them real quick. Another big thing players do is pre-aiming. Pre-aiming is done when you believe someone is moving towards you and you aim at the corner because you believe someone's coming through there. Pre-firing is when you fire before the person peeks or continue to shoot after the person contested you already. Good players combine these two to become very deadly. Pre-aiming can also be when you will peek a corner. If you know someone's in the window, you fix your crosshair to be on the window at the time of you peeking, and then you can take them out rather quickly. This is something that you learn over time when you learn where objects are relative to you, and it's something that a lot of good players will do. Ways you can become better at aiming is by practicing these techniques and combining that with a lot of practice. You can practice in aim labs, practice in the private match, shooting bots. These are two really good ways to get a lot of reps in without playing against anybody. My second main point is awareness. I can sum this up in a simple way: knowing where the enemy is relative to you, knowing where your teammates are relative to you, because this ties in with a few of my later points. This will determine where the enemies are coming from. Very low chance they are coming from the spot where your teammates are currently. It does happen though, trust me. Whew. Some teammates, man, can't hit a shot. They need to look at topic number 1 here.
You guys stink.
My third major point is map knowledge. Remembering earlier when I was talking about aim, this is where I'm circling back to pre-aiming and crosshair placement. You need to know the spawns. Having good map knowledge and having good knowledge of the spawns is a good way to keep your crosshair in the correct spot so you can optimize your aim. Having good map knowledge includes having good knowledge of power positions and spawns, because then you can hold the correct areas in the map when you're using good centering and crosshair placement. If you're on Fortress and you are holding closed door but they come stables, you have zero chance of winning that fight, because obviously you misread something or the spawns are going absolutely crazy at that point because your teammates are everywhere and you're probably playing team deathmatch. Unless the guy has no brain, you are dead from that person. But if you're holding window and they came lower art, good chance are you're going to be able to hit the shots from that player because it's just such a small different tweak. Understanding where the enemy's coming from, you can align yourself so that when they come from a different spot from where you think they're coming from, it's a small movement rather than a 180 movement. My third point here today is having good movement is a major key to your success. While I'm not talking about movement, I'm not talking about super flashy movement. I'm just talking about positioning yourself in the best spots and taking the fastest routes possible. And I'm considering that good movement right now. Learning how to snake, basically you snake by proning, run, or you just hit prone and go back up, hit prone, go back up. Keep this double tapping prone over and over. Using head glitches instead of running out in the open, tag sprinting instead of normal sprinting. These are some ways you can improve your movement. You learn the best routes and stuff by playing the game over and over. All this stuff kind of ties back in together. Increasing your movement and making your movement better is a major way to make yourself better at the game. My fourth and final point today is learning your own limit. If you're aware of your current skill level, you can understand what you need to work on to improve. Please evaluate your game and work off the position you are at. I guarantee if you put a small chunk of time in, 10-15 minutes a day, you will get better in no time, because those small amounts will add up over time. Do not sit there and think that you'll never get better, because you can definitely get better. All you gotta do is put the work in, and the work will speak for itself eventually. And just remember, evaluating yourself is something that only you can do, and you need to understand where your game is at so you can understand how to help yourself correctly. Don't tell yourself you have great movement if you really don't. Compare yourself to a good player. Don't compare yourself to an average player. When you're trying to figure out how to get better movement, go watch Shotzi. If you're trying to get better aim, go watch somebody else. Trying to get better here or there, always watch what players do. Everybody kind of does something a little bit different, and that's the fun part about YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff, is you can go and you can watch all these different players and you can learn from them, and you can watch them while they are in the same situation you are in, at maybe a higher skill level obviously, but you can watch what they do in the same situation. So I hope I did help you guys out today. If I did, drop a like down below and maybe share this video with a friend. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you guys, appreciate you.